who attended yesterday's speech about goldfish, you may remember me for being quite knowledgeable about goldfish. Those who did not, no worries. I am Eng Hong Yu. Due to my numerous goldfish deaths in the past, I am certain that goldfish is not a suitable pet for me. Perhaps you have the intention of getting a pet goldfish now or in the future, but have you ever questioned yourself if a goldfish is truly suitable for you? Because you might be flushing money down the toilet along with your dead goldfish. My goal of this speech is simple. That is to persuade you guys not to get a goldfish as a pet. I will talk about two factors that you should consider. Number one, is the cost of getting a pet goldfish truly cheap as it looks? And number two, whoops. And number two, would you be committed enough for your pet goldfish? Moving into my first point, the cost of a goldfish. I'm sure that many of you here would think that, ugh, getting a pet goldfish is cheap. I too once thought it was cheap. However, if you want your goldfish to live past my goldfish 2 weeks lifespan, it costs much more than you expect it to be. You do want your pets to live longer, right? The goldfish itself is not as expensive as dogs or cats. So let us compare the prices between a common goldfish and a common dog. Just look at the price difference. You guys may ask, Hong Yu, where's your proof? Of course, how could I miss out such a simple proof? But as I said, it is not the goldfish that is expensive. It is the cost of its house, its world. To other animals, their world is wide. However, to a goldfish, the aquarium is their world. Surely you wouldn't want your goldfish to live in a cramped world, right? On top of that, to avoid goldfish being depressed and show lack of enthusiasm, you would need two goldfishes so that they can socialize with each other. Two goldfish require a 50-gallon fish tank. Let's look at the price of that aquarium capable of holding 50 gallons of water. Oh my god! Would you look at that? The fish tank alone exceeds the highest price for common dogs. Okay, now you're gonna say, Hong Yu, what about their cost of living? I've already thought of that. Surely dog food is much more costly than fish food. However, you wouldn't want to plop your fishes into a world of emptiness, right? So you would need to spend money on the decorations and plants for the aquarium. In addition to that, you would need tools like a net to fish up your goldfish when doing aquarium maintenance. Not only that, you would need to spend money to buy an aquarium filter as goldfish poop a lot. You would also need to spend on water conditioner to remove chemicals in the water, like chlorine, which is deadly to the fish. You'd need to buy a temperature controller along with a heater to make sure there are no drastic changes in the water temperature. I kind of get how you feel. Ugh, money this, money that. That should be the end of it, right? Nope. What about the electric bills? Without electricity, what is going to power the filter, the lighting for the aquarium, and most importantly, the heater to control the water temperature so the fish doesn't die? Hearing all that just sounds like money, money, money to me. Does it sound like that to you as well? Are you willing to spend that much on goldfish when you can get something else instead? Perhaps money isn't a big deal to some of you here. I activate my trap card, commitment. This card allows me to proceed to my next point. Are you willing to dedicate yourself to the goldfish? You may think it's easy to commit yourself to a goldfish. Some of your mindset right now is probably get tank, put water, plot fish, done. No, it's not that simple. Before you can add your fish into aquarium, you need to let the aquarium go through the nitrogen cycle, which is essentially growing bacteria in your aquarium. If a step is done wrong, you would have to restart your entire process again. And the cycling process can take as long as 8 weeks. So if you fail your process at week 7, you'd have to start all over again from week 1. Are you willing to go through that? Because I certainly wouldn't want to go through that. Of course, let's say you manage to let the aquarium go through the nitrogen cycle, you may feel like a, the big step is done. However, that isn't included in the chores that you need to complete frequently. While feeding your pets are normal, you need to regularly make sure your goldfish aren't overfed, as they poop a lot. You would need to regularly test the ammonia and nitrite levels. On top of that, you would need to change the aquarium water frequently as well, keeping in mind that you can't change all the water in one go. It has to be done portion by portion. And as tedious as it sounds, you would need to clean your filter frequently since they poop a lot. You wouldn't want to be living in poop water either. If you were there in my previous speech, you probably remember that a goldfish can live an average of 10 to 15 years. If you aren't willing to do these chores for 10 to 15 years, then goldfish clearly isn't suited for you. Assuming you are even slightly still interested in having a goldfish as a pet after all those commitments, your pet goldfish can't possibly commit as much to you. They can't interact with you the way a dog or cat would. They can't swim in the air from room to room, demanding your attention. You can't cuddle it like what you would do with a dog or cat, unless you decide to cuddle the fish tank. Or you could be like this kid. And with that, I would like to end my speech. I hope that my speech has shown the actual cost of maintaining a pet goldfish is not as cheap as you think, and that you need high commitment for your goldfish without getting much back. I sincerely hope you will not get a pet goldfish. Thank you for listening. Yes.
My name is Andy